Yo then guys, and welcome back to another video. Now today we are gonna be talking about the boxing again. I created a video on Thursday talking about a few things about Eddie Hearn and also about Face Sensei and Jake Paul maybe doing or being on the undercard because Jake Paul called him out. A lot has changed since then, so I've had to scrap that entire video. I'll go over some of the points that I made in that video about Eddie Hearn, basically saying that I think he's going to be very disappointed about the amount of pay-per-views that he's going to sell and the amount of people that are going to turn up and buy tickets to the event, just because the amount of the lack of YouTubers and the professional fighters. There was an interesting podcast, which I'll leave in the description, from Stuart, the founder of what's it called? There's an agency that held the Joe Weller KSI fight and the last Logan Paul KSI fight. Let me find it. So Upload Agency, that is it. So Stuart Jones did a podcast, or was on a podcast called Happy Hour with Jackmate. Some of you might not know who it is. Most of you probably will. I will leave a link in the description, as I say, to the podcast. Very, very interesting one. And he pretty much does a couple points about why he thinks Eddie Hearn's going to be very disappointed if he thinks that they're going to sell out as many, or sell as many tickets and sell as many pay-per-views. So he says that for most of the time, or most of the fights you go to, the undercards are kind of the time where you go to the bar and grab yourself a drink and have a chat with the people that are there. Or, you know, if you're on your own, grab a drink and just chill out for a bit. They're going to be professional fighters, so it's going to be an interesting one to see if there's going to be as many people watching those. The professional fighters are probably going to feel a little bit like disheartened, or like, no, I'm not going to be on an undercard that's under YouTubers who have a lot less talent than I do. So basically in this podcast, he goes on to say that they tried to give him a nice sum of money to be a consultant. And when he looked into what the consultant was, it was basically so they contracted him so that he wasn't allowed to say that it was a bad fight or that the event was badly made or promoted or anything like that. So he said no to it, obviously. So he goes on to say, obviously DAZN have bought the fight, which means that Logan and KSI have to focus on the boxing. The rest is taken care of by them guys. So things like rounds, things like people on the undercards, they don't decide them. DAZN now do, and the people around DAZN and Eddie Hearn, people like that. So them two aren't in charge, which is very good for them because it means that they get a lump sum of money no matter how well or how badly the fight does. So even if two people buy that pay-per-view, they still get the exact same amount of money because they're contracted to it. It's kind of a nice safety buffer for them, but this is the reason why he doesn't think it's going to do as well. The fight, bearing in mind the last one was at 9 p.m. on a Saturday evening in the UK and between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. in America in the morning/afternoon, it's at 3 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So, most of Logan's fans, and come at me if you want to, but this is the truth, most of Logan's fans are young kids. Are parents really going to allow their kids to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch this fight if they're in the UK? I don't think so. He makes a really, really good point about, so it's 3 a.m. in England. Kids aren't going to be allowed to stay up and watch that. So by the time that they, wake up in the morning to watch the fight, they're not going to have to pay the pay-per-view price, because there's going to be a bunch of websites out there with the full fight on anyway. So they're going to lose a vast amount of those pay-per-view buys because of the timing that they've put. Yeah, they're really limiting the amount of people that are going to be able to watch this. But anyway, I want to just chuck that to the side now. And we are going to talk about some of the things that have gone on. We've had some ridiculous news this morning. I'll get onto that in a minute. I just want to talk about the Face Sensei and Jake Paul little fiasco that's going on. So basically, Eddie Hearn went onto Logan Paul's podcast where Jake Paul was there. I'm not too sure why. He then tries to convince Eddie Hearn to let him on the undercard, and Face Sensei says that he gets a text from Logan to say that he's trying to make it happen, so that Face Sensei and Jake Paul will fight. Jake Paul makes a video saying how he doesn't thinks that the only thing that Face Sensei's got on him is experience. He doesn't think that he's a good fighter or anything like that. And Face Sensei makes a video on it. He then discusses it and says what's happening, and he's like, if you are actually calling me out, I'm down to fight. I train all the time. Like, I don't have days off. I train. So he says that. He releases the video. And then Jake Paul puts out a tweet. Now, I do just want to get this up, actually. He lists a bunch of different boxers. Oh, dear. So he puts out a tweet. Dear at Fuzi, at Face Sensei, at Anison Gibb, at Soldier Boy, at Dylan Dennis, and at Jeff Wittick. Why he's trying to fight Jeff, why he's trying to fight Soldier Boy, and why he's trying to fight Fuzi, I have no idea. Kind of understand why he's trying to fight Fuzi, but we'll get onto that in a minute. He puts out a Survey Monkey. Oh my God, he puts out a fucking Survey Monkey poll. What are we, in flipping middle school, in high school, where they're trying to work out how you get to school every morning? Like, seriously, just do a poll on Twitter. It's not that difficult. So he puts a fucking Survey Monkey link out where you don't know the results. You're never told it. So let's be honest, he's just going to fake it and say, oh, look, Fuzi won, so that he can fight a absolute clown who has no experience behind him, knocked out bloody, I can't remember his name now, Alex Wasabi, of all people. Have you seen the size of Alex Wasabi? Doesn't even knock him out, to be honest. I mean, it is a TKO, but like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. He looks up and he goes, wow, this guy really punches hard. The reason Jake Paul is trying to fight FuziTube, he once had 10 million subscribers. I don't know how many he has now. Let's have a little look. Jesus Christ. So yeah, he's still got 10 million subscribers, but he's not going to be gaining on any real excessive rate. So yeah, there we go. Nothing since Tuesday, and it's now Monday. So he hasn't... The last time he gained was the 16th of September. That was 1 subscriber. The next day, he lost 58,000 subs. So August, he lost 23,000. So far, he's lost like 60,000. Yeah. So the guy once used to be relevant, okay? It's an easy fight if he manages to go for it. It's a really easy fight. Sure, he managed to knock out Alex Wasabi, but who cares, right? So he's looking for someone with clout. FuziTube, I guess. No, he doesn't really, though, does he? He's just looking at the 10 million subscribers and going, yep, sure, he has clout, or he once did. I might be able to get away with it. The only 3 fights on that list that would make any fucking sense would be Face Sensei. He has a lot of experience in kickboxing and all this stuff. He's had a professional fight. He would actually be, that would be interesting. Although he would kick your ass, so it would never happen. Anison Gibb, because of the relentless pressure. He's not very good. He's not that good technically. Like, he's not technically gifted. But when it comes to just in your face constantly, and he's the guy. And Dylan Dennis, just because he trains with McGregor. If he beat him, Dylan Dennis would look like a fucking fool. And if he beats him, then people are glad that Jake Paul gets knocked out. Yeah. Those are the only 3 fights that make sense. If he goes for Soldier Boy or Fuzi, people are just not going to take it seriously, I'm afraid. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If he goes to fight any of those 3 that I've just called out, then amazing. If he goes for any of the others, then just I won't be watching it. So yeah, that's happened. Now onto the big news. I'll get the tweet up right now. Now this is really annoying because Viddal is releasing a video at 7:30 tonight. I just don't have the time because I want to get some FIFA 20 content done. So if I click on Viddal Riley, I believe I spelled that wrong. It's only with 1 D, I believe. So he put video out tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. and he puts this tweet up. I'll whack it in the screen for you now. Shannon Briggs versus Viddal Riley on the undercard. If this actually happens, it will be nuts. I mean, the guy's nearly 50 and Vidal's like 22. So I don't know. But then he was a world heavyweight, I believe. I think he was a heavyweight. And he's won just so many fights. Klitschko he's beat. Just the list goes on and on. Just imagine if after the press conference where Shannon Briggs is like, nobody knows you. Who even is this guy? If Viddal beats him. How ridiculous would that be? Now, I know that people are going to be there like, oh, the guy's nearly 50. But he put it out there. He went, no one's ever heard of you. And he started. And Viddal was like, okay, if you want it, we'll fight in the ring. And clearly Shannon Briggs has accepted it, because otherwise it's not a one-way thing. It's not like, you're going to be here at this time and I'm going to beat you. And the other guy's like, no. And then they still turn up. So they clearly have both agreed to it. Viddal is a beast. And I can't fucking wait. If he actually beats Shannon Briggs, hopefully he'll stop saying, let's go, champ. Because it's the most annoying thing in the world. When I saw it, I genuinely couldn't believe it. If it's actually real, it would be unreal. If it's actually real, it'll be unreal. No, that doesn't make any sense. Either way, the video will be out at 7:30, and I guess we'll find out. I mean, they're both professionals, so it could happen. But anyway, hopefully this is actually going to happen. I guess we'll see. The bad news is that there's no press conference in the UK. KSI put a tweet out that was like, I guess man couldn't hold the heat. I guess it was a problem with the last one. Confirmed, Billy Joe Saunders will defend his WBO super middleweight title on the undercard of KSI versus Logan Paul 2. Oh my God. Why? Why is this happening? There you go. And this is what people are wondering about. Boxing is pathetic. A title fight on undercard and 2 YouTubers headlining. This is why boxing fans are turning to UFC. It's what you got to be careful of now. But anyway, I think this is where we're going to end this video. Let me know what you guys think. It'll be interesting to see once the video comes out. I'll probably be tweeting about it. Fingers crossed it is actually real, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. As I did say though, guys, this is where we're going to end this video. Real quick, FIFA 20 early access is downloading right now. It's got about 20 minutes to go. I am going to be creating some content around it, and I'm probably going to be buying it as well. So yeah, expect the squad battle. I can't speak. Have you noticed in recent videos, I just can't speak. I seem to get a stutter. I don't know where that's come from. But anyway, FIFA 20 squad battle rewards will be happening most Sundays, depending what time I either finish on the Sunday or start on the Monday. I will be opening them because they are quite late. They're at midnight. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. But as I did say, this is indeed where we're going to end this video. If you did enjoy it, then please smash the like button, comment what it is down below, subscribe, share this video around, let's get in a little community. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and peace!